Okay, I want you to take out your spelling book and look at your spelling list, list 29, and let's say the words together. Number 1, mission, action, join, destroy, cowboy, question, appointment, attention, expression, voice, permission, caution, nation, boil, sight words, day, night, noon. Vocabulary words, compassion, a desire to help, emotion, a strong feeling, avoid, to stay away from. Now this week you would have heard 4 special sounds in your spelling list. Did you hear shun in missionary? And how do you spell that special sound? Did you say S-I-O-N, shun in missionary? Okay, did you hear shun in nation? T-I-O-N, shun, shun, shun. Did you hear oi in coin? O-I. And oi in boy? O-Y. Okay, you're going to want to spell the word with the correct special sound this week. So how do you know when to use S-I-O-N for jeune in missionary, or T-I-O-N, shun in nation? Well, let's look at, for example, number 12, caution, and nation, and question, attention, action, emotion. Those words all have T-I-O-N. Now look at the ones that have S-I-O-N, such as mission, expression, permission, compassion. Boys and girls, do you see on mission, compassion, permission, the S is doubled, expression? You have to double that S, and then have the S lets you know that you're going to spell the special sound with S-I-O-N, jeune in missionary. Okay? And then the other ones, you're saying shun in nation, T-I-O-N. So remember, if you're going to use that special sound, you know to spell it with S-I-O-N. First of all, because the pronunciation is jeune, you should feel a vibration right here in your voice box, and a tickle in your tongue as you make a vibrating sound. Okay, so I want you to practice these words. You can also go online to spellingcity.com and you can play games with your spelling list there. Well, now we're going to turn our attention to phonics. I want you to be able to see these sentences. The campfire burned brightly. We may have to bring our camera in closer. Dad quickly set up our tent. We slept soundly until morning. The river noisily rushed down the mountain. Have you noticed we're still on our campfire theme and our camping theme in our phonics and English and math pages? So we're going to think today about verbs. We're going to underline the verb twice. In the first sentence, the campfire burned brightly. What is the action? You should say burned. So to show where the verb is, we underline it twice. And what do we do to the adverb? We circle it. You're right. So we circle it. And if we were doing our arrows, we would draw our arrow back to burned to show how the fire burned brightly. Dad quickly set up our tent. What is our verb? Look at this one. This is different. Set. Sometimes the adverb will appear before the verb, and in that case, your arrow would be going that direction. We slept soundly until morning. Slept is our verb. Soundly is our adverb. The river noisily rushed down the mountain. Is river a verb? Don't get tricked. Not every time does the verb come first. Sometimes the verb will be after the adverb. So you have to find the verb first. You have to identify your verb. Find the action word. Underline it twice and then circle the word that describes the verb. How did the river rush? Noisily. That means very loudly. You would have heard the water rushing. So please don't get tricked. Another hint is a lot of times the adverb will end in ly. Not every time, but most times it will end in ly. And always remember that an adverb will tell you how. It will answer the question how, describing the verb. Okay, now we're going to play a little game. And you have to play the game at home. And so I'm going to say a word, and I want you to write the word on your paper and circle the special sounds you hear. Here we go. Number 1, strongest. Circle stir in stream, S-T-R. Ong in long, O-N-G. Est in biggest, E-S-T. Number 2, blankets, bull, ank, ets. Circle bull in block, B-L. Ank in bank, A-N-K. And how about the S on the end of blankets? Circle the S because it's a suffix. Number 3, and we'll have one more after this one. Pounded. Pounded, write pounded. Did you write pounded and circle ow in out, O-U, and circle ed in wanted, E-D. Number 4, checkers. Dad and I like to play checkers together. Write checkers on your paper. Now circle ch in church, C-H. Circle k in duck, C-K. Circle in bigger, E-R. Circle S at the end of checkers because it's a suffix. Okay, now I want you to write as many special sounds as you can that say E. Okay, as many special sounds as you can. Ready? I'm going to time you. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds. Ready, set, go. Okay, you should have written long E, E-A, E in leaf, E-Y, E in key, I-E, E in brownie. Y says E in baby, and the suffix Y in rainy. Okay, you're going to do another one of those. Now I want you to write as many special sounds as you can for the sound R. So this is the sound Ready, set, go. Okay, there's a lot of them this time. In bigger, E-R. In nurse, U-R. In bird, I-R. Were in worms, W-O-R. In earth, E-A-R. In bigger, E-R. In wrinkle, W-R. In morning, O-R. Or not in morning. in sailor, O-R. And in dollar, A-R. Okay, now, the next thing we're going to think about are adjectives and nouns. So if I said brown moose, what would be the noun? Moose, because it's a thing. And what word described the moose? It was a color word, like the color of my hair, brown. So brown describes the moose. You use adjectives to describe nouns. Let's try another one. 2 mountains. The noun is mountains because mountains are a thing. Now, what would be the adjective? Did you say the number word 2? So adjectives can tell you what kind, and they can tell you how many. How many mountains were there? 2. What kind of moose was it? Brown. The last one, tall trees. So the trees are a thing, and we need to describe what the trees look like or how many. So we use the adjective tall to describe the trees. Our next game is where Mrs. Thomas is going to say a sentence incorrectly. Oh dear, I have to say it wrong, and you have to answer back and say the sentence correctly. Okay, so you're listening in your ear, you're thinking in your mind about how I'm using the sentence incorrectly, and I want you to reword it correctly. The first one says, "Can I please see that book?" Now, a best way to say that sentence would be, "May I please see that book?" Number 2, Micah sitted in that chair yesterday. What's wrong with that sentence? We don't say sitted. How should we have said it? I know you know. Micah sat in that chair yesterday. Number 3, Abby learned to make paper airplanes. Abby learned me to make paper airplanes. You should have said, Abby taught me how to make paper airplanes. We don't use learned me. That's not proper English, proper grammar. Number 4, we eated our lunch early today. So we don't say eated. We ate our lunch yesterday or early today. Good. And the last thing I want to practice with you today are your adverbs. So I'm going to say a verb and I want you to act out the adverb for that verb. So I'm going to say crawl. Now think of a word that would describe how you could crawl. You could say crawl quickly. And so on the floor right now, can you crawl quickly? You be the adverb for my verb. I was the verb crawl and you are the describing word quickly. Okay, let's do another one. How about if I said nibble? Like a mouse would nibble cheese. So how would the mouse nibble? Speedily, nimbly, quickly, excitedly. Okay, last one. How about if I said the verb think? Now this one is different because we don't normally see how we think, do we? So I'm requiring you to think about an adverb for think. Can you do this one? How about quietly? Think quietly. That means think in your mind and don't think out loud. All right, so today in phonics, you are going to have some practice using your phonics page 289. And remember, you're going to circle those adverbs that describe how when we want to think about our verb. Have a good day.